All right, so now that it is 2020, which still sounds hella weird and futuristic to say, everyone's 2019 yearly favorites videos have come out. I am just as much a YouTube viewer as I am a creator on this platform. Like, I currently have about 115 videos in my watch later playlist. I love watching YouTube just as much as I love creating content on YouTube. So I was going through my watch list, just watching everyone's yearly favorites videos, and I thought it'd be fun to test out some of the products that are other people's yearly favorites, because typically those are like the best of the best kind of products. So maybe I can find some new favorites, you guys can find some new favorites, and also just kind of talk about some channels that I really love and that I recommend. Some of these people are like my ride or die channels. Like, if I met them in real life, I would 115% fangirl. So these channels are ones that I recommend to you guys, I trust, and I think there are people on YouTube for everyone, and sometimes it just takes some finding to find the people that you feel like you really connect with. I just wanted to share the love a little bit, and hopefully you guys find some new people to watch. By the way, these are just a handful of channels I like. If I didn't mention someone, it doesn't mean I don't like them. Don't read too far into this. It's literally just makeup, and we're having fun. And if you guys want to see more videos like this with other channels, let me know down below. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so when I'm filming this right now, it's snowing in Seattle, and I have no idea how I'm just gonna sit here and be chill and not think about the snow the entire time, but we're gonna attempt it. Wish me luck. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a foundation recommendation from Jessica, Jam Beauty 89. She actually just changed her name to Jessica Braun. It's the year of changing names, you know? I'm all about it. So this is Jessica's favorite BB cream. I always hear her talking about this, and she mixes it with one of the CoverGirl foundations, which I still need to try, but I think she likes this on its own as well. No idea if I got the right shade. There were only a few, but I got the shade number 13. And this is a Missha BB cream. I love the Missha Magic M Cushion Foundation. There usually are only a few shades in BB creams, especially Korean ones. Has SPF 42. Says it heals visible wrinkles and blemishes, excellent skin coverability, and prevents skin aging through effective whitening and anti-wrinkle properties. I know Jessica also likes the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer, so I'm gonna put on just a tiny bit of that because I haven't primed yet. Just blurs out those pores. Looks like it has a really nice grayish undertone, which I love. It looks kind of like the CYO actually. Hopefully this one isn't too light, but I can always warm up my face with bronzer if it is. I love the Leo Ellie BB cream in the pink bottle. I actually got that years ago based off of SheNXO's recommendation. I don't know if they've come out with more shades since then, but back in the day it used to be really dark. It does have a scent, flowers or something, mixed with baby powder maybe. Sure, that's what they were going for. It's looking really pretty on the skin. It looks very natural, but it still is giving some coverage. It's not like full coverage or anything off of that one layer. I can still see some redness and freckles and stuff coming through, but just for like a light, low, medium kind of coverage, it's looking really pretty right now. It's giving like a little bit of a glow too. Jess and I did a video where we tried each other's favorite products this year, or last year I guess, 2019, weird. And I just love Jessica. I watched their whole Vlogmas. She's a real one. And I just really enjoy her videos, and also just how she talks. I don't know, there's something about the way that she talks that I'm just like, tell me more, tell me everything. I'm gonna need to go in with a sponge to blend this on my forehead, I think. It's getting a little bit like streaky up there. I ordered all of these products a couple weeks ago for this video and just hadn't posted her favorites video, so I texted her and I was like, you need to be in this video. Tell me what your favorites are and I will buy one. It feels a little bit thicker than I was picturing actually. This one to me looks like one that I think I would want to mix with something just to add a little bit more coverage in. Definitely buildable, and I think the brush gives much better coverage. So I'm excited to keep playing around with this one. So far, I think it looks really nice. It looks like a natural foundation. I'll update you guys in a foundation update video, which I will have coming, but I feel like I've done a lot of like random updates in like favorite foundation videos recently, so I'm kind of just waiting until I have enough to talk about with that again. Do I have a concealer here? Yes, we do. Okay, I'm really excited to try this. So this is the Lancome, I'm gonna totally butcher this name, Effacern Long Lasting Under Eye Concealer in the shade 100 Porcelain. So this concealer I had never heard about. This was a favorite from Angie, Hot and Flashy, and I really like watching Angie's videos because she has the most incredible skin, and I'm just like, I'm gonna do whatever you're doing because I want to look like that. She knows her stuff when it comes to skincare as well and ingredients and everything. I just always find her videos to be super informative, and I feel like every time I leave one of her videos, I learned something new, which is always good, you know? I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this concealer, by the way. My nails, I am so in love with. This is the Dip powder. I love it because it's basically acrylic powder. For anyone who says the dip is better than gel or anything else, you still shave it down. It's still acrylic powder. It's not like great for your nails or anything. I don't know why people say that. I feel like it's kind of like a myth. However, if you like the look of acrylics but you don't want to deal with like the tips or you don't want them any longer or whatever, it's basically just acrylic powder that they dip. But I freaking love it, and I feel like I'm going to be addicted to dip powder now. So because this is squeeze tube, I think I'm going to squeeze some on the back of my palette. Shade looks a little bit darker than that BB cream actually, so I think this was the lightest shade. And then I'm just going to use my Morphe E45 brush and add a little bit. I don't know how full coverage this is, but I'm going to start working this underneath the eyes. That's sitting really nicely on top of that BB cream. It's just like blending in really beautifully. And I feel like as I'm blending it, I'm actually getting more coverage. Now that the shade is on, I think it actually is perfect. It's just like a natural looking shade for me. Like it kind of matches my foundation, might be a tiny bit lighter. We'll see how this does once I set it. I've been obsessed with Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder lately. So freaking good. I do feel like this is kind of burning my eye. I don't know if you can see, my eyes are getting like super red. Some concealers and eyeshadows just like totally irritate my eyes. I don't know what the ingredient is. I haven't been able to like nail it down. If you have any ideas, let me know. It's usually not concealer though. Most concealers I'm fine with. I can think of a couple that I get like the total burning and redness from, but usually it's eyeshadow over concealers. I would say on me, this one looks like medium coverage. As it's kind of drying down, my darkness is starting to kind of come through a little bit, but I like it just for like the natural look. Like I feel like this is one of those concealers that if I was wearing a foundation with this kind of coverage, this would be nice because it wouldn't be like a stark difference between my under eyes and foundation. If I was going for more of a natural look, it kind of just blends and looks nice because this is similar coverage. Powder time. This powder does make my concealer look better throughout the day. There's something so magical about it. Not better throughout the day, just it doesn't break down throughout the day. Like it makes my concealer last longer on my skin, and it does add some brightening as well. By the way, if I don't love something that someone else talks about, nothing against them at all. Like I always say, products work differently for different people, and usually all of us don't have the same preferences in products. Next up, we're going to go in for brows. This is a recommendation from Leanne Says. I friggin' love Leanne. Leanne's vlogs are like my guilty pleasure. I wish I was going to say released a vlog. I wish she put up a vlog every single day. I would watch every single day just sitting there staring at her grand Luna. Doesn't sound creepy at all. But this is one of her favorite brow gels. Is the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. I got the shade 115 Deep. I think this was the darkest shade. She said that this like really keeps her brows in place. Because we're going for more of like a natural look so far, I think I'm going to do what I did in, what video was that? The Foundation Friday Q&A video, where I kind of just did like brush up brows and well, we'll do it. Let's just get going. Basically just like more fluffy looking natural brows than I usually do. And I don't think I've ever tried this brow gel somehow. Like that it has a little tiny applicator. So many brow gels put like massive wands on here, and I'm like, what? Whose brow is that going on? It's like a mascara wand. Ooh. What does this remind me of? It reminds me of the Benefit, the way it's like gripping hairs. Like it's definitely bringing the hairs kind of forward. If you like the fluffy brow look, this is working. I like the color too. It's dark, but it's not gray, and it has a little bit of a cool toned brown undertone. Whoa, it's like setting. Ooh. So I'm gonna add on a couple strands, like pencil them in. And last time I did this, I just used the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. This is technically an eyeliner, but I just used it in the deep brown shade. It's because it's a pen and it's brown. Just to add like a little bit more shape to the top right there, but still keep them looking fluffy. And I'm gonna kind of define the tail a little bit more. I'm loving that brow gel. I know this kind of brow look isn't for everyone. I'm still kind of figuring out if it's for me, but I think I like it. The way it sets down, when you touch it, it feels like it sets, but I can't feel it crunchy on my brows and I don't notice it. Like the Glossier Boy Brow or the Sigma Brow Gel, those ones you definitely like feel on your brows and it feels kind of thick and crunchy. This one just feels like nothing into this. So next up is a recommendation from Samantha Ravndal, Sam, and this is the Nude Sticks Nudies All Over Face Dewy Color. It's basically like a cream blush kind of thing, but you can use it on your lips and stuff too. I've just never tried this because this isn't usually my kind of product. I don't love cream blushes. I don't know. I just don't find myself reaching for them that often, but this one looked so pretty. And it's the shade Sweet Peach Peony. This is the shade that she mentioned in her yearly favorites. This has the cream product on one side, and then there's a little tiny brush on the other side. I'm not going to use the brush, but we are going to obviously try this for blush today. I haven't powdered my cheek area. I did powder up my under eyes, but I have read that you can apply this on top if you've powdered and it's still like is supposed to blend out fine. By the way, the finish of that BB cream does feel like it's setting down, which is nice. It does feel a little bit tacky, but not like super sticky. So I think I'm just gonna start with actually I'm gonna use my finger. I don't want to drag off that BB cream. I'm just gonna apply some to my finger and then kind of blend it out here. Usually I only use cream products on my face if I'm doing like a very natural look or if I'm not wearing foundation or something and I just want a little bit of like a cream highlight. Ooh, that shade is pretty. That looks like a wintry, it's like that wintry, just cold outside in the snow kind of look, which is very fitting for today. It's blending out really pretty and it does look like it has a little bit of a sheen. Maybe? Yeah, I think it does. It looked like it was going to be really intense when I first put it on, but as it's blending out, it's definitely like shearing down a bit. I prefer to use my fingers with cream products over brushes usually, just because I feel like you can kind of press it into your skin better rather than it picking up the product underneath. Ooh, that's pretty. So next I'm gonna go in for highlighter, and this is a recommendation from Shannon from Shan Shortcake Beauty, and this is one of her favorite highlighters. She mentioned in her yearly favorites, obviously. This is the Revolution Highlighter Reloaded in Just My Type. She has tested a ton of Revolution products. She does like videos about them all the time, so I am hoping I will love this as much as she does if I can get it open. She is around my skin tone. She's actually a little bit lighter, so a lot of the recommendations that she has works for me. Ooh, oh my god, that looks like it's gonna be really pretty. Okay, I'm excited. I love the Milani All Over Blending. I don't know why this is called All Over Blending. You literally cannot blend all over with this brush if you try. You'd be blending for like 7 years, but the Milani All Over Blending brush is a really pretty highlight brush, so we're just gonna dip in. That shade is really unique. It's almost like looks like a peachy champagne. Okay, that's pretty. Beautiful. I love that shade. I don't feel like I quite have a shade like that. Yeah, that is really pretty. Oh my god, love a good nose highlight. I just want to keep layering this on. Next, I'm gonna go with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot just to prime my eyes. So you guys know I love a good cool tone shadow. Maybe you don't know that, now you do. There's something about fair skin and cool tones that can look really flattering, especially if you have kind of like green blue eyes. So these are recommendations from Arna Lane, and she also loves cool tones and we're around a similar skin tone. She's lighter than I am, but these look beautiful on her. And I really liked that she was just trying to find like single shadows that she could use really frequently that were like her perfect shadows. And I was like, why haven't I done that? I have 50 million palettes that never have the exact cool tone shades I want. So why don't I just try and find individual shades that really work for me so I can just frequently use like 2 or 3 shades on a daily basis. So these are like her holy grail cool tone shades. She mentioned, I think 1 or 2 others, but these were the 2 that I purchased from NARS. It's the single eyeshadows in the shade Kingston and Cashmere with a K. I recently got into Arna's vlogs in the last like 6 months. I really love vlogs. I'm not a huge like sit down beauty video kind of person. Like, there's definitely ones I watch, but I mostly love watching people's vlogs. She's her PhD, smart cookie. I just really enjoy her videos. I love how tiny these are too, which would be great for just throwing in your travel bag. I'm just gonna go for a really basic look. I just want like an everyday cool tone kind of look. So first I'm gonna start out with the matte shade here. Oh my god, this is so cute. Look at this little NARS plastic thing. Why do I want to keep that and frame it? And just blend into the crease. I do have one Smashbox trio that I used to always talk about. Actually recently, I think I put it in my drawer here. Oh yeah, this I used to use like every day and I just totally forgot about it and rediscovered it the other day in my drawers over there. And this is the Nude Pick Fair by Smashbox. This is a great little trio if you just want some cool tone matte shades, but this NARS shade kind of reminds me of this one right here. Here they are next to it. So NARS is definitely a little bit lighter, but this could be good to use actually just all together too. Also, Arna is like a master plant keeper aliver, and I'm just like, can you please come to America and keep my plants alive for me? Thank you. I don't know how she does it. She has like 30 plants in her apartment and they're all very alive and thriving. I have 3. And they're all very almost dead and not thriving. Probably gonna bring that down to my lower lash line too, but first let's go in with Cashmere. I like this because it looks like a very wearable shimmer. It's not like too metallic for just bopping around town, you know? One of those that almost looks kind of soft on the lid. Loving those 2 together. I am gonna go back in with the Makeup Revolution highlight and put this on my inner corner. The tone might be a little bit different, but that's okay. It's definitely a little bit more peachy. Put that on the inner corner. I'm going to take the matte shade down to my lower lash line. Ooh, just got that in my eyeball. So next is a recommendation from Juicy Jazz Jasmine, and this was in her favorites video as her favorite liquid liner, and I'm excited because I have never tried this. It's the CoverGirl Get In Line Major Matte Black. It's supposed to be super black, super matte. I also really wanted to try the Hailey's Beauty powder she always talks about, but it didn't come in time, but I will be trying that in another video, but it's supposed to be like an amazing loose setting powder. Also, congratulations, Jasmine. She just got engaged, and her and Hector are so freaking cute. And their dog, it just reminds me so much of Love that every time I watch her vlogs, I just want to cry because I miss Love. But her vlogs are great. Loved her Vlogmas, watched the entire thing. Okay, let's see what this... Oh, it's super thin and like tiny. Brushes like this are really flimsy. It's hard for me to get a wing, but I could just use this for creating like the base. A lot of times lately I haven't been doing a wing, especially just on a daily basis. I'll just bring a straight line to like here, and I like it because it doesn't look like overly done up, but you still get some definition. Okay, that looks super black. You can definitely get a thin line with this. I'm just gonna stop it right there because that's what I've been liking doing lately, and the way that this feels, I don't think I would be able to get like a clean wing with it. This would also be a good one to use for just covering a lash band because it is so black and thin. Also, side note, Jasmine really inspires me to like eat healthier, which I have been doing lately, and largely in part due to her vlogs because she just has some good like healthy meal ideas. I'm gonna use my NARS The Strip liner. I talked about this in my New Year's Eve makeup look. You guys, this is one of the most beautiful eyeliners I have ever come across in my entire life for the waterline. So pretty because it's just like a metallic silver and it really reflects the light in a insane way. By the way, Arna, if you're watching this, I feel like you would really like this. Oh my god, look at that. Blows my mind every time. Getting a little toasty in here. This is like a crop turtleneck, so my body is warm everywhere except my belly button right now. I'm just gonna pull my sweatpants hella high. For false lashes, I think I'm gonna pop on these Sephora 04 Fringe Natural Volume Lash. First, I'm just gonna do a really thin coat of mascara. So while all of that is drying down, I'm gonna set my face. This is a recommendation from Rach Loves. I have used this a lot, but I couldn't find a setting spray for my yearly favorites that I hadn't already tried, and I know I like this one, so we're gonna use this. Rachel likes it too. I'm actually almost out of this one. I also have so many friggin' setting sprays to go through, so I think I'm going to try and go through those before I repurchase anything else. Okay, so I also put on some lower lash line mascara, and while the lash glue is drying down, I totally forgot about bronzer. So this is a recommendation from one of my best friends in the world. Where did I just put it? It's a recommendation from Mallory1712. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Bronzing Powder in Soleil 1. I did already have this one, and I think I've tried it once. I can't remember if it looked too orange on me or not, but Mallory and I have a similar skin tone, but she's a little bit more yellow undertone, so sometimes bronzers look a little bit different on us, but I wanted to give this one a go. She mentioned this in her yearly favorites. And I'm going to use kind of a bigger brush for this one in case it is a little bit too warm toned. It's my BH Cosmetics #1 brush. My skin tone is pretty warm, but this could be almost like a pretty peach blush actually if I just use this as a blush. If I had a little bit of self-tan on, I think this would be really pretty. Okay, so two different people actually recommended this one in their yearly favorites. It's the Alamar Cosmetics lip liner in Dolce. I've never tried anything from Alamar Cosmetics. I think I could be totally wrong with this. I think it's someone Kathleen Lights is related to, or maybe one of her good friends or something started this brand. But Shan, Shortcake Beauty, and Kathleen Lights mentioned this in their yearly favorites. I'm excited. I hope the tone of this is going to go well with this whole cool tone situation, but if not, I can always tone down with something else. Also, on their website, I just ordered this because I was curious, but it's the gloss. I think it's in Dolce too. I know the gloss is in Chula Nude 1, which looked like a really pretty light nude gloss on their website. So I'm going to try and kind of like layer these two. Super creamy. Reminds me of the Huda Beauty lip liners. Super pretty color. I would totally be down for this. I just feel like it's a little bit too warm for the eye look I have going on. I'm just going to go in with CoverGirl 230 Cream. It's like a little bit pinkier just to kind of help with the tone. Okay, now let's try the gloss over top. This one looks pretty peachy. I'm hoping this isn't too peach. Feels really comfortable on the lips. Doesn't feel like overly tacky, and it definitely has a lot of color payoff. This combo on its own, I would totally wear for like a peachy nude lip. I think it's super pretty. I don't think it quite goes with the gray and the eyes that I have going on. So I think I'm going to try and make this a little bit more cool tone to go. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe that off. Anytime I really need to cool tone it up, I just go in with Caught You Bare Naked from Wet n Wild because it never fails. So you can see how much more cool tone that one is. It actually looks pretty with that liner. All right, so those are all of the products, other people's 2019 favorites tested. I definitely have some standouts from all of these. I'm so excited to use this again. This is beautiful. Did I just rub off my chin makeup? Yep. It looks stunning. I'm obsessed. These two I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of, especially paired with this, I think. If I wanted to like deepen this up, I could add this darker grayish shade here. There wasn't one thing that I like didn't like. I'm just sharing like the few that really stand out to me. The CoverGirl Easy Brow. If I just want that like brushed up look, I really like how this is making them stay up, but it doesn't feel like anything on your brows. Like I said, I will keep you guys updated with this one. I am going to try mixing it. I have a feeling it's going to look really bomb mixed in with my number 7 foundation drops just to add some coverage because the finish is really pretty. Just for me, I like a little touch more coverage. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful or interesting or whatever, something. If you did, you can give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to link everyone's recommendations and their channels down below in the description box if you want to check anyone out. These are all people that I watch, I recommend, and that I think you guys should all check out. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.